Okay, welcome back. This is Cantonese studying number 2. So we're going to continue on where we were last week, where we were discussing Ling's story 1, which is one of the stories you can find on that CLC site. So last time we did one chapter of Ling's stories, and then we also did some flashcard review. So we're going to do the same thing this time. We're going to try to go through a couple more chapters, hopefully 2 or 3 chapters of Ling's story, and then we'll do a little bit more vocab review in the Anki flashcard tool. So why don't we go ahead and get started. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen now. So last time we, as I said, we did chapter 1 of Ling's stories, number 1. So that was 1.1 through 1.3, I believe. So the first thing I wanted to do was to just play that chapter one more time and quickly go through it. And then we'll continue on to the next couple chapters. So first chapter, let's get back down to where the content's actually at. So part 1 starting here. Let's listen to that.
第一課自我介紹。我叫陳以玲，英文名叫 Ling。我同阿爸阿媽、大佬同埋細佬一齊住喺北角。我今年19歲。讀完中五之後，我去咗一間商科學校讀書，讀咗1年商科，跟住就入咗嚟而家呢間公司做會計文員。我爹哋今年50歲，佢係的士司機。我媽咪今年45歲，佢喺上環一間公司做阿嬸。我大佬今年25歲，佢係做裝修嘅。我細佬今年16歲，仲讀緊中4。
Okay, so, and then we'll just go through and read that again one more time. So, 我叫陳以玲. So I'm called 陳以玲. 英文名叫 Ling. 我同阿爸、阿媽、大佬同埋細佬一齊住喺北角. So basically her and her family live in North Point. 我今年19歲. 讀完中五之後，我去咗一間商科學校讀書，讀咗1年商科，跟住就入咗嚟而家呢間公司做會計文員。So basically finished studying Form 5, and then she got the job. Remember, she said she was working as a clerk. 我爹哋今年50歲，佢係的士司機 so he's a taxi driver. 我媽咪今年45歲，佢係上環一間公司做阿嬸。我大佬今年25歲，佢係做裝修嘅。我細佬今年16歲，仲讀緊中4. Okay, so I wanted to just reread that because it's for the first couple videos we're going to do primarily going through stories like this and a lot of listening practice, but also reading practice. And it's good to read silently, but it's also good to read. I'm finding it's good to read out loud because then you can practice speaking as well. So I'm a big fan of reading out loud when I can. Okay, so that was pretty good. Let's go to the second chapter then, and that's where we'll pick up for today. So Unit 2 is called Fan Gong, going to work. We didn't talk about what the first chapter was last week. Okay, Unit 1, Self-Introduction. 自我介紹, so introducing myself. Okay, so chapter 2 we expect is Fangung, we expect is something to do with work. So this vocabulary list is probably a lot of work-related terms. So let's go ahead and go through that. Okay, so we'll go part by part and then listen to that part. Part 1, 무이야. So every day. 첫 디인본, 7:30. 해산, to get up, basically raise the body. 참더, nearly or almost or about. 조찬, breakfast. 다이코이, approximately. 바팀 삼거지. 바팀 삼거지. So this is 8:15, like it says. The Teach Yourself book, as well as the Cantonese Basic Sounds book from Greenwood Press. I went through those offline before I started doing these streams, but both of those books actually have some pretty good descriptions of how time works. We'll probably come across more time in future streams, and we can maybe spend some time going over that. But it's pretty cool. There's a number of different ways you can say exact times or approximate times. This one is a version where instead of just saying like 8 hours and then 15 minutes, which is sort of how you would normally say it, you would say bat, which is 8, bat dim. So like 8 on the hour. And then you could say fun, which would literally mean 15 minutes. So you could say batim, fun. But you can also use a couple of different forms. This form is using the word zi. Zi is like, I believe, character, or basically character or number. It's something you read as a zi. And so this is actually saying batim samgotzi, which means like third character or third position. If you think in terms of the clock, there's the 12 numbers that are painted on the face of a clock. And so every number on the clock is an increment of 5 minutes. And so samgoti is just basically the third pointer, so 3 times 5 is 15. It may sound kind of complicated, but it's actually pretty easy. It's basically whichever position the minute hand is pointing at. So batim samgoti, 8:15. Makes sense. Keep going. So we will. Dap. It says take. I'm sure you can use dap for a number of things. What I've seen it used for so far is basically transportation. So taking the bus, taking a car. Sometimes you use chaw, which means sit. I don't know exactly yet when you might use one versus the other. I think sometimes for buses and trains you can use chaw, but that is like to take, as in to take form of transportation. This says MTR. I think more generically it really just means subway. MTR is the main subway in Hong Kong. So Daitit is subway or MTR. Fan Gong, go to work. Gong Si, company. Zhongwan, Central, which is a neighborhood in Hong Kong. Batim Sap is 8:50. So there's a case where it's a similar idea to the samgotzi, but they're not even talking about the zi, like the pointing at the character. They're just saying a number here, which would be the number on the clock, essentially. So sup would be the number 10 on the clock, which is 50. So batim sup. And then finally, fan do. So arriving, where do, I believe this do is like the completion of an action. So you can, when you say fan do, it means you've arrived. The do means that you have completed the action of going or returning. So you can also use do with a negative to mean the action did not complete successfully. So in this case, I believe you could say fan do, which means to not have arrived. There's a description of this on Teach Yourself about do and do. I'll have to review that maybe on stream together with you guys sometime. But that's a pretty common one, I think. Okay, so then let's go to the part 1 of the dialogue, and we'll listen to it, and then we'll try to read it back afterwards.
第二課返工。我每日7點半起身，差唔多8點就食早餐，大概8點3個字，我就會搭地鐵返工。我公司喺中環，每日大概8點10就返到公司。
Okay, so that was part 1. So let's read it line by line and see if we can parse out what they're saying here. We have the English in the right-hand column, but usually the first time I try to read it, I'll try to read the characters. A lot of times it's easier on stream, at least, for me to just use the Yuping so I can read it with a little bit more a better cadence for the live stream. But typically what I'll do when I'm not recording is I'll try to read the characters without looking at these other 2 columns so that I can practice my character recognition, and then I'll look over at the middle column if I don't know what the character is. So line 1 says 我每日7點半. So I every day 7:30 起身. So every day I get up at 7:30 basically, which is what this says here. 差唔多8點就食早餐. So then basically almost 8 o'clock then. So 早 is then. 食早餐, so eat breakfast. So then eat breakfast about so this is interesting. The English here says then eat breakfast about 8:15. Oh, I see. No, I misread the English. So nearly 8, then eat breakfast, comma. So that's what we read so far. Makes sense. 大概8點3個字，我就會搭地鐵返工. Okay, so then about 8:15 I will take the MTR to go to work. Okay. 我公司喺中環，每日大概8點10就返到公司. So her work is in Zhongwan, and every day at approximately 8:50 she will then arrive at work. Double check my work here. Yep, that sounds good. Seems about right. Okay, so let's continue on. Okay, part 2, vocabulary. Bossy, boss. Sing Chun. So Sing is like your surname, and Chun in this case is the person's name. So last name Chun. Wei Gai Bo, accounts department. We learned Wei Gai last time in chapter 1 was the accounting. Ging Lei is manager. Ho is good or very. Ho Yan, nice person. Yao, additionally. Sang Yat, always. Gao is teach. Yeah, things or stuff. 另外, besides. 仲有 still have or also. Tong si is colleague, like a coworker. Sang yat is always. Not sure why they repeated that one. Might just be a typo. Yat tai, together. Sik an is eating lunch. Yeah. Kingai is like have a conversation or a chat. Soi, therefore. Goktak is think or feel. Ngõ goktak, something something. Jo dak ho hoi sum. So jo dak ho hoi sum. So doing something happily. Okay, so let's play that part.
我 boss 姓陳，係會計部經理，佢好好人，又成日教我哋嘢。會計部另外仲有3個同事，我哋成日一齊食晏，成日傾偈，所以我覺得喺呢間公司做得好開心。
Okay, 我 boss 姓陳 so her boss is named 陳。係會計部經理 so he's the accounting department's manager. 佢好好人 he's a good person. 又成日教我哋嘢 so he's always teaching us stuff. 會計 the other coworkers basically. 我哋成日一齊食晏 so we always eat lunch together. 成日傾偈 we always talk together. 所以我覺得喺呢間公司做得好開心 so basically therefore I'm happy to work here. Okay, so part 3. 文具 stationery. 入口 is this says import. I guess that makes sense. I thought it would mean like enter, but we'll assume it means import. 批發 wholesale. I didn't know that one at all. I think what I'm finding is like with Teach Yourself, for example. I initially transcribed all the dialogues and all the vocab, and I put them all into Anki for flashcard review. But I'm finding that I need to be suspending cards in the program, which means they're no longer for review. Because you'll get really specific vocab, and I think the right idea is to be a little bit selective on what you're going to do in flashcard review. So we might see some of these in review tonight, and a few of them I might suspend. So if pi fat comes up, I may suspend that for now because it's probably too early in my learning to be practicing or memorizing, what wholesale means. So that's just a little advice as you're starting the flashcards is, memorize the things that are absolutely necessary, and if there's other vocab that you think is interesting, that you think you'll want to memorize, that's fine, but don't feel bad about, at least that's what I tell myself, is don't feel bad about skipping out on some of the words, because you might not need them for a very long time. Dailosai, interesting, so big boss, Dailosai. Sing Lei, last name Lee. Sui Yin, although. Do, this means the same. Do can also mean all or also. It's pretty flexible. 佢哋都係美國人. So those people are also American. Or all American, depending on the context, what you'd said in the previous sentence. You might say, if I say, 我係美國人, I'm American. 你都係美國人. You're also American. So it just kind of depends on context if it means also or both or all. You could say 我哋係美國，我哋都係美國人. So we're both American. In this case, they're saying it means the same. So I'll be interested to see how this is used because I'm not sure what that means. 好好, very good. 但係, however. 佢個樣, his appearance. 就, instead. 就, 比較, comparatively. So like compare and contrast. You can use that for this. 嚴肅, serious. Okay. So let's go back to part 3. We'll play that.
我哋公司係做文具入口批發嘅，大老細姓李，雖然佢都好好，但係佢個樣就比較嚴肅。
Okay, so that's kind of funny. So some of that vocab tripped me up a little bit just because it's pretty brand new to me, but let's read through it now and see if we can figure out what they're saying. So 我哋公司係做文具入口批發. So these were a lot of the new vocab. Basically, our company does stationery, basically wholesale stationery imports. So it sounds like it might be a company that works with other companies, like a business-to-business company where they're distributing, they're selling wholesale stationery goods. So 批發嘅. So 嘅 is sometimes used to like emphasize a sentence, I think. 大老細, so the big boss, 姓李. So this would be Chun's boss. I don't know if it means direct boss, like Chun's direct boss, or if it just means like the CEO, like head of the company. So they're named Lei. 雖然佢都好好. I forget what 雖然 means. 雖然, okay, although means although. 雖然佢都好好. So although he's also very good, 但係佢個樣, so his appearance, 但係佢個樣就比較嚴肅, is very serious. So she's basically saying he's a good person, but he's kind of scary to come across in the office. Like he's got a very serious looking demeanor, serious looking appearance. Okay, that's pretty good. So let's listen to it one more time and then we'll keep going. We'll go to the next chapter. As I said last time, I believe, I don't plan on doing a lot of these questions on stream. There are a lot of them are just basically refer back to the text and answer the question. But I think we'll probably get more value from, at least for the Ling's story, we'll get more value from making more progress on the story, because at this point I think these are still simple enough that hopefully you're able to follow along with me. And we've got a whole backlog of material, so as we get to longer texts, we'll probably slow it down quite a bit. But for now, let's just listen one more time and then we'll keep going.
第三課放第二課返工。我每日7點半起身，差唔多8點就食早餐，大概8點3個字，我就會搭地鐵返工。我公司喺中環，每日大概8點10就返到公司。我 boss 姓陳，係會計部經理，佢好好人，又成日教我哋嘢。會計部另外仲有3個同事，我哋成日一齊食晏，成日傾偈，所以我覺得喺呢間公司做得好開心。我哋公司係做文具入口批發嘅，大老細姓李，雖然佢都好好， 但係佢個樣就比較嚴肅。
Okay, makes sense. Let's keep it going. So, next chapter. So, chapter 3 is 放工, so finish work. So, we're going to talk about the end of the day, I guess. So, part 1, 放, to finish. 5點半 is 5:30. 通常 is usually. So, to finish work. So you hear like, this says 放工, 放工. So you can also hear 收工. You could replace the 放 with 收. So 收工, 收工 is end of the day, ending your work. Ji hao. Well, actually, I skipped a few. Here we go. 5點9, so 5:45. 左右, more or less. That's new to me. 左右. I think these are the same characters for left and right. So 左, this is my left side. Probably looks like maybe mirrored. 左手, left hand. 右手, is right hand. 放工, finish work. 之後 is afterwards. 有時, sometimes. 會, will. I think we had this in the 會 in the previous chapter, I believe. So this might be repeating some vocab from chapter to chapter. 參加 is to participate in something or join it. Like, I think like you participate in a raffle. I think you could participate in an event, something like that. Yatti, a little or some. 興趣班, 興趣班, 興趣班. So I've seen 興趣 in the teach yourself dialogues. I've never seen it this way. Hobby class, 興趣班. I've seen ban for other things, but I can't recall offhand where I've seen that before. I think bangay, I think it's the same ban also as in bangay, which is a flight, like the actual flight number or the event that is the flight. But I think you can use this form, the ban, with all sorts of stuff. Hoti, similar, such as 英文, English. 普通話 is Mandarin, 普通話. 插花 is a flower arrangement. 同埋 and. 手工藝 handicraft or crafts. I would assume that's crafts, like any sort of sewing or painting. 之類, etc. So that seems like that would be a good word. I've never seen that one before. 之類. Interesting. Okay, so let's listen to part 1. Let's see, where is part 1? There it is.
第3課放工。公司放5點半，通常我收5點9左右。放工之後，有時會參加一啲興趣班，好似英文、普通話、插花同埋手工藝之類。如果
Okay, so 公司放5點半，公司放5點半。So you finish the work at 5:30. 通常我收5點9左右 is basically, I guess she's saying the company finishes at 5:30, so maybe the company closes at 5:30, and then she usually will leave at approximately 5:45, so a couple minutes afterwards. 放工之後 after finishing work, 有時會參加一啲興趣班。So this phrase Fong Gong Ji Hao is pretty cool, with Ji Hao being after. So when you're trying to combine sentences, like complex sentences with saying before I did this or after I did that. So after is 之后, but at least in the sentences I've seen so far, this might not be true all the time. You put the after, the word that means after, after the thing you're trying to say. So rather than in English where it's saying after finishing work, here it's reversed, which is was strange to me at first when I saw it, but I think just the more exposure, it's going to be a little bit more built in, or a little easier to understand as it's being read. 放工之後, so after finishing work, 有時會參加一啲, so sometimes I'll basically participate in 一啲興趣班, so some hobby class, basically like some event or just some activity that she wants to do. So 好似, so such as 英文 English, 普通話 is Mandarin, 插花同埋手工藝之類. So here she's giving lists. I've definitely seen this pattern in Teach Yourself where if you do lists, then you can just list them with a slight pause in between, and then you can use tongmai, which is the formal, which is the way to say and. You can use it at the end between the second to last and then the last entry in the list, which I think that's pretty similar to English speakers. If you see the English part here, I like to do English, pause, Mandarin, pause, flower arrangement, pause, and handicraft. So I think that's pretty similar and pretty natural for English speakers. It makes sense to me. The 之類 that seems like that can just slot in wherever you need it to. So etc. That makes sense. Okay, let's keep going on part 2. Part 2, 如果 if, 唔使. So you'll hear that a lot. It's pretty common to, this is kind of a cultural thing, but it's pretty common to play up the other person's achievements or success and play down your own. So in other words, if you and I are talking, we're friends, it's likely that I'm going to be really praising you heavily for your successes or something you told me. If you do the same thing in return, if you praise me for something, my response will typically be, either saying it's not a big deal, or it's not, not that. You don't want to be boastful. Basically, you don't want to, you don't want to be sort of have too much of an ego, which I think is, that's true in most cultures, that you're not going to really be playing up your own successes. But the reason I bring it up is msai is something you'll commonly hear, like if someone's thanking you for something, you bring them a cup of tea or something, or it can be used to basically say, if someone says thank you, it's kind of equivalent to you're welcome, but not really. You're basically saying, no, it's not necessary. So it's kind of in effect you're welcome, but if you just say you're welcome, then maybe that's meaning like, yeah, you did need to say thank you, for example. I'm not 100% sure on it. I just bring it up to say that msai is something, you'll hear that a lot in sort of polite conversation. You'll hear thank you and then msai, or a compliment and then some opposite of the compliment. It may include msai or something else. Anyway, let's keep going. So, Sarang Tong, attend a lesson. Okay, I did not know that one. 朋友, friend, 行街, to walk. This says window shopping. Okay. It literally just means walking on the street or like taking a walk, I guess. But hangai, you could use that to mean window shopping too. That's probably kind of colloquially what it means. Tai hei, to watch a movie. What's that? Or perhaps fan, back. Okay, home. Bong, to help or assist with something or with someone. Ji fan, to cook. Here you're using fan, which means rice, but it's also there are several verbs in Cantonese that you have to put sort of a generic word after. If you don't have something specific, you use a generic word. So ji, cook, you could say the specific thing you're cooking, like if you want to cook some meat, you could say ji yo, so you're cooking meat. But if you want to just say you're cooking, you need to put some generic word there. And for foodstuffs, fan is like a generic way you can say that. I guess you could also maybe use yeah, which just means things or stuff. So you could say ji, yeah, I'm cooking stuff. But I think ji fan probably means a little bit closer to just cooking. Okay, let's keep going. So we'll listen to section 2.
唔使上堂，我會同朋友去行街睇戲，或者返屋企幫阿媽煮飯。
Okay, so 如果唔使上堂. So if it's not needed or I don't need to go to lessons, then 我會同朋友去行街. So I'll go window shopping with my friends, see a movie, 或者返屋企 or 幫阿媽煮飯 or help my mom cook a meal, cook dinner, cook a meal. So that makes sense. Let's keep going. Part 3. Okay, so 8點鐘, 8 o'clock. 鐘 means hour, so this is probably, I guess, this is like a more formal way or extended way to say 8 o'clock, 8點鐘. A lot of times you might just hear 8點, but this is sort of like 8 o'clock, basically. 食飯, to have a meal, to eat. 食完飯, so finished. This is what's so cool. It's kind of logical to me. I think I said this in the first video, but basically the grammar of Cantonese is one of the easier things, or one of the things that you could consider as a plus if you're feeling overwhelmed by the characters or some other aspect, the tones that you think is difficult. So far, at least, the grammar is pretty straightforward, and including things like these tense markers. So yun means to finish or the finishing of something. That's similar to like jaw for past tense, or gan for present tense. So you could say, sik gan fan, which means eating, as in like I'm actively eating a meal. Iga sik gan fan. So right now I'm eating. So that's just kind of cool to me. Is it's basically you're just substituting a particle in the same spot, and that's how you change the tense. All the other words around it are the same. It's not like English where you have am doing something, will have been doing something. The nature of the words doesn't change. It's just some particle that changes the tense. Okay, 청량, bath, shower. 끈지, after that. This is, I don't know how this differs from zihao. I just started seeing gunji a lot more. but I'm not quite sure yet how that's, if it's interchangeable with 记好 or if it's slightly different meaning. 睇下 to have a look. 電視 television. 書 is a book. 溫習下 so to revise a bit. 咁 and so on. 瞓覺 sleep. Okay, that makes sense to me. So let's listen to the rest of that.
我哋屋企大概8點鐘食飯，食完飯之後，我會沖涼，跟住睇下電視，睇下書，或者溫習下英文同普通話咁。大概11點，我就會瞓覺。
Okay, 我哋屋企大概8點鐘食飯。So we basically eat we have a meal approximately 8 o'clock. So then 食完飯之後, so after we've finished eating the meal, 我會沖涼, we'll shower, we'll basically get cleaned up. 跟住睇下電視. So afterwards we'll watch some TV. 睇下書, maybe read a little bit, 或者 or 溫習下英文同普通話咁. So or we'll study a little bit of English and Mandarin. 大概11點我就會瞓覺. So then basically 11 o'clock I will sleep. Makes sense. So I want to listen to that one more time, and then let's see, what time are we at? We're at about 42 minutes on the stream. So I think after that we'll do some flashcard review, and then we'll wrap it up for this week. So let's listen to this one more time.
第4課早。第3課放工。公司放5點半，通常我收5點9左右。放工之後，有時會參加一啲興趣班，好似英文、普通話、插花同埋手工藝之類。如果唔使上堂，我會同朋友去行街睇戲，或者返屋企幫阿媽煮飯。我哋屋企大概8點鐘食飯，食完飯之後，我會沖涼，跟住睇下電視，睇下書，或者溫習下英文同普通話咁。大概11點，我就會瞓覺。
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. So what I'm going to do for these 2 chapters is basically every week when we review a couple chapters, between that week and the next week, I'll be listening to this a lot when I'm on the bus or if I'm doing other studying. Typically, I'm doing flashcards every day. I'll be reviewing this as well. So hopefully by next week, I'll be pretty solid. It's already decently okay for me, but there's a couple words in there that I'm not very familiar with. So, okay, so let's change gears now and we'll start doing some vocab review. So I'll minimize this and pull up Anki. For now, we're just going to do general review, which will include some of the old material from Teach Yourself and the Cantonese basic sounds book. But eventually I want to add some filtered studying as well, so we can actually just practice the flashcards of the chapters that we had just read. So for now, we'll just do some general studying. So let's listen to this.
洗身房.
洗身房. So washing the body room, so it's like a bathroom. 電子. So Dean is like the electric. So we've seen that for Dean C for television, and Dean Wa for phone. Dean Z, I think, is just like electricity, the actual electricity. Electronic, electron, yeah.
電子
Dean Z,
大廈
Dai Ha. What is that? Dai
大廈
Ha. Oh, this one I just learned. This was, I think this is for like big buildings or impressive buildings. I don't remember. Grand buildings. Yeah. Dai Ha. I don't know all these characters, so I can't read it. I guess this one would be Bat Lo something Dai Ha. Got Dai Ha. Yeah, I can't read these, but it means these other Broadway, Empire State. So I'll mark that good. I think I knew that. This is this short? Ai or Dune? Dune.
短
So that means short, as in like height, or yeah, I think it's short as in height. I'm going to mark that as hard.
大概
Daikoi. We just learned that in the chapters. So it's approximately, roughly, probably, yeah. Piano, gongkum.
鋼琴
Gongkum. There's an example piano where, do I need to study that right now, or can I defer it? You have to kind of make those assessments for yourself. In my case, I'd already not learned gongkum, but I've heard it enough where it's not much additional challenge to just have it pop up. It's not a difficult word for me, per se. But if it were something very specific that I also didn't already sort of know, like saxophone, for example, I probably would not be studying saxophone right now because that's a specific music term. And for me, at least, my goal right now, the next couple months, is I want to build up the basic foundational vocabulary. So it's going to be a lot of listening, a lot of reading, and then eventually I'll be putting out some videos. I want to start in 2020 doing some italki lessons, which if I do that, I'll start talking about that more, but it's a good site for, I've been told it's a good site for doing like Skype lessons or video chat lessons with native speakers that are doing tutoring, essentially. I think at some point I need to do a lot more speaking. I can pronounce words decently well when I'm reading and listening, but I think the combination of listening and speaking is really what's going to build up that foundational level of conversational fluency, where you can sort of get around, you can ask questions, you can generally talk to people. And then once I get to that point, then I can start pursuing some different avenues for more specific vocabulary. So, in my case, my wife likes to cook and bake, and so we have a couple of cookbooks that we bought a while back that have Chinese characters in them. It's all Chinese cooking. It's all I found some pretty cool books. I might link them at some point that have Chinese characters, but they have English as well. So it's similar to the Ling stories in that there's an English description next to the Chinese description. So there I might spend some time learning some more food-specific vocab. Also because, that's one of the big things going with family is going out to eat at restaurants. So you can't help but learn at least a decent amount of food-specific vocabulary. So yeah, that's just an example of each person has to kind of decide what vocabulary is worth learning based on where you're at today and then what your interests are. So in my case, piano is fine, but something like saxophone or a specific other specific music vocabulary I might ignore. Okay, let's keep going.
大部分
Dai bo fun. I don't remember that at all. I just learned that recently. 大部分. So the majority. 大部分.
大部分
So we're going to say again. This is like Dom or something. I don't remember this one. Oh, fan.
犯
To violate, to offend, to assault, or a mistake. Make a mistake. Fan.
犯
So there's a funny dialogue in Teach Yourself that's about like a criminal person being prosecuted. That's probably where this is from. Fan. So I'm going to say that's again.
奶茶
Lai cha. Lai cha is delicious. If you haven't ever had lai cha, you should try it. Milk tea. So it's literally milk and tea. Both literally as in the words mean milk tea, and basically that's what you're going to get if you order it, is some combination of typically a black tea, although you can get green tea based ones as well, and then like heavy cream or milk or something like that. You can get that with like a bubble tea. So if you've ever gone to a Chinatown, you've seen a restaurant or like a bakery or something, they have bubble teas. You can get a milk tea version of that. I would recommend starting out with a regular milk tea, either cold or hot. They're both pretty good.
隨便
Chai bean. So this is basically like as you wish, like whatever you want.
隨便
Chai bean. As you wish, as one pleases.
大部分
Daibo fun. So we just saw that. What was that? That was like the majority, or in large part, greater part. Okay. This one, oh, this is a reading one. There's no audio. So I know this is either ban or chun. I'm going to say it's ban. Something ban. Something ban. I don't remember this one, so let's keep going. Goi ban, to conduct or hold. So if you're going to hold a meeting or hold a... I think this was in the context of someone saying that they were going to have a raffle or like a giveaway. Or no, this was actually some company having like a sale, putting on a sale. So goi ban.
好人
Oh yeah, it's like a good person. I don't remember how to read this, but I know that it means balcony in a building. This is toy, and this is the bottom part here is the word for road, low. But when it's got this part in the top, I don't remember what it is. Oh, it's still just low toy. So balcony or gazebo. Okay, so I'm going to mark that as again. I sort of knew what it was, but I didn't remember how to pronounce this first character.
好多
Hoda, so is a lot.
好多
Many, quite, much, yep. To lock, saw.
所
This is also the first, I was just talking to my wife about this yesterday. This is actually the same character in the word for keys. So the word for keys is saucy, which when I saw the first time yesterday or the day before, I learned that it was lock. I wanted to look it up and see, and sure enough, it makes sense. Saucy, so locking, and then the C is, strangely, the C is the same character as T for spoon. So that's something I don't really understand yet, but I know that in Cantonese, I don't know if this is true in Mandarin also, it probably is, but in Cantonese, sometimes a character can be used in different words and the pronunciation changes. Not even just the tone sometimes, but sometimes the pronunciation itself. So saucy is keys, but when you use the C by itself, you can pronounce it T, and that's spoon. So let me double check that. We haven't used Bing or anything today, so let me just double check that, make sure I'm not making something up. Oops, wrong keyboard shortcut. There we go. Yeah, remember the reminder, input tools is great. And there's, if you look at the blue here in the top right, there's a keyboard shortcut for going in between, turning it on and off. So you can basically go back and forth between English keyboard and Cantonese keyboard pretty easily, which is nice. But I always am forgetting the exact, whether it's Control Shift or Windows Shift, and so usually funny things start happening if I press the wrong keys. So, okay, so let's just verify what I was saying is correct. So Chinese word saw, see. So 2. So yeah, you can see key, saw, see. And that matches. The other cool thing about the Cantonese chic.co.uk dictionary is they're pretty good about showing which words are Cantonese only or which words are the same words you would use for something like Mandarin. You can see down here, this particular one, saucy, is used in Cantonese, but not Mandarin. And if that's the case, they often will show you the equivalent. So they're saying in Mandarin you'd use these characters, which is pronounced yerk-si in Cantonese. I don't know how to read the tones for Mandarin, but that yellow there, you can see that's the Mandarin pronunciation. So anyway, I wanted to verify C here. Actually, you can see right down here, saw is lock, and T or C, spoon or key. So that's cool. So it actually means both, either or, and then you just pronounce it differently if you intend to mean key or spoon. So that's pretty cool. Okay, let's keep going. We'll do another 5 or 10 minutes of flashcards, and then we'll end the stream for today. Hopefully this is going to be valuable for everyone.
Ho ho.
Ho ho is just good. Well, yeah. Okay, this one I believe is a particle you use before light. So light is dung, dung. This is it gan? Or is this, wait a minute, is this a particle for light, or is this, there's another word that's like complement. Let's see. Okay, this is the classifier for light, but it's pronounced zan,
Zan.
dan, dan, dan. I was saying gan, but it's dan,
Zan.
dan. So I'm going to say again.
大概
Daikoi approximately. Yeah. Now here's something. I keep getting koi, daikoi. I keep getting that confused with the koi with ge, which is like a possessive, like ngoge, mine. So I wanted to look that up. So let's see. Character ge. Okay, so they're similar. So ge has the middle and the right component look to be the same, but ge has the mouth, the hao, on the left-hand side, and the koi has this other one. I forget what that is. Is that mo? Is that tree? I don't know. I haven't done any formal radical practice yet. I probably should do some more of that at some point. I didn't want to do too much up front because I think I said last time I tried to do Cantonese studying, I try to work from the bottom up too much, and that doesn't work very well after a while. So, but now I'm learning enough characters where I probably should spend some time memorizing the radicals. There's only a couple hundred of them, and far fewer of those are the most common. So probably at least memorize the first, like the 50 most common, something like that.
大廈
Dai ha. So this was the like suffix for grand or wonderful buildings. Dai ha. Yeah.
宵夜
Siu yeah. So this is like a late night snack or meal. Yeah. Siu yeah. So yeah is late. Siu, I don't know what siu is. I think that's supposed to be like barbecued. Siu yo. Let's see. Search. Oh no, siu is night. Evening, dark. Okay, so what is yeah? I thought yeah was the same as like yeah man, which is evening. Chinese character, search. Yeah, night, darkness. Okay, so they both mean sort of the same thing, night and darkness. So what about as a word then? Nighttime snack. Okay. I think it's just one of those ones that you have to know the meaning of. It doesn't necessarily mean the words themselves don't necessarily mean, or the characters themselves don't necessarily mean anything with food, but together, siuya means midnight snack. Okay, this was fan. This was the one that was like, it wasn't to punish, but it was to actually commit the offense, I think. To violate, offend, yeah.
小食
Siu sick. This is to eat a little. Snack. Siu sick, yep. This is Sung Yan Tong, so this is double bed.
雙人床
So again, this is pretty specific vocabulary from one of the teach yourself dialogues. I like practicing this one though because sung by itself is also really valuable. It just means double, and chong is a bed is a pretty good vocab word to know. So sung and tong, all three of those by themselves are also good. So it's not really extra burden to learn this. It's just kind of a neat way to see the characters in another context. This one I forgot again. So this is something ban. Oh, goi ban. Goi ban, to put on. Goi ban.
舉辦
This is sao zai. This is a handbrake.
屋企人
Okay, yeah. This is like a family or house person, family members. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
奶茶
Laita. Milk tea. That's easy for me.
左右
Joyao. This one we just learned, so this was like either way, either this or that. Left and right, approximately. Let's see, what was Ling's definition? Ling's was let's see if I can find it. Joyao, more or less. I guess I could see that. It's more or less as in similar to like approximately. I'm going to say again just because I want to see that one again. I don't think I quite got that. Low toy, balcony.
露台
Low toy.
大部分
Daibo fun. I forgot this one again as well. So Daibo fun was that the majority? Yeah, the majority. Okay. Area in district open sluice gate, boarding gate. So it's if this is boarding gate or gateway, that's zap hao. Zap hao.
閘口
So I don't know what zap means. Let's look that up. Hao is like mouth or doorway, opening. What does zap mean? Gate. Okay. Makes sense.
好多
好多. So a lot again.
左右
左右. So this was more or less approximately.
先例
See light. This was this is like an older married woman, I think. See light. So here's one where I started studying this a couple days ago, but it's probably not worth studying at this point. So in Anki, what you can do is you can either suspend the card, which is, remember we talked a little bit last time about how with Anki you have a note, which is the actual definition, the data entry, and then you can have multiple cards that reference that note. So we've seen here that I've got the cards that are listen, and then you hear it or get the answer. You've got read the characters. You've got convert from the English. So if you want to just if you want to just suspend one card, you can do so. But in my case, I don't want to see any variations of the cards for this, so I'm just going to suspend the whole note. Okay. And then it puts it in a suspended section in the app. You can always unsuspend cards if you want to study them later. I'm not going to actually delete them, so I'll just suspend them for now, and then later on I might start studying them if they seem important. Okay, so then next, Hong Kong money. This is a Guangzi. So the Gong from Hong Kong. Guangzi, and then Zi is paper.
港紙
Guangzi.
平時
Pingxi is usually? Normally, ordinarily, yeah.
平時
Pingxi. Is this Tao Tong? So headache. Tao Tong.
頭痛
Tao Tong, yeah.
幾次
Gaiti is like every time, or not every time. This is like often, several times. Okay, I'll mark that as again.
幾次
Gaiti. This is something zap something. I don't really know this. Oh, Lin Zapo exercise book. So Lin Zap is exercise. Which when I first learned that in Teach Yourself, I thought it meant like physical exercise, like you're going to the gym. But I think it means exercise in the sense as like a schoolwork exercise. There's a whole dialogue about kids going to school and what they have to do at school, and like this is exercise book.
後尾
Hao mei, hao as in ji hao. So after, and mei is tail. So I think it's like at the end of something. Hao mei. Behind, at the end. It says spatially, so I think that means you could describe that like maybe at the end of the table. So if I wanted to say the fruit, 三果, is at the end of the table, I wonder if it would be 三果还 toy 好妹. Would you put the 好妹 after or before the toy? Not sure. Let me take a note on that. See if I can get the answer for next time. Maybe that's what I'll start doing, is if we have questions that come up during the stream, I can try to get them answered for the next live stream. Maybe we can build up like an FAQ, a frequently asked questions of common issues or questions that come up, and then just a list of answers. That might be something useful for not only myself, but anyone else. So I'll keep that in mind for next time. 잔, this is the particle for light.
盞
It means a small cup as well, I guess, but in the dialogue I've seen this so far, it's for light.
幾次
Gatesy is many times. Was that what it was? Several times? Yeah. Gatesy.
好好
Ho ho. Ho ho is just like good, nice. Yep.
快餐店
Faitan Dim. Faitan Dim. So this is fast food, like a fast food place. Fast food shop. Faitan Dim. Okay. This is Shiko. Here's a case where when you have the multiple characters together, it's kind of nice. It's definitely convincing me of the argument that you should learn things in context. Because here, I knew sheet. Well, first let's see if I'm correct before I say before I say anything. Yeah, Shiko. So here I knew really well. I knew sheet is like frozen. You can use it for snowing, like lock sheet is snow. Like to snow, as in it's snowing. But Shiko is like I've always used it or heard it was used for like ice cream, but I guess it means really anything that's like a frozen treat. Go is not a word I'm nearly as familiar with reading, but because I saw the sheet before it, then I had a pretty good idea that this was Shiko. So I think definitely there is something to learn, or something to be said for learning things in context.
慢慢
Man man. Man man lei. It's like slowly. Take your time.
小食
Siusik, snack.
宵夜
Suya is a midnight snack. Purpose, aim, goal. So this is mukdik,
目的我哋
ode, us, we. Yao Saifu. Here's another perfect example. These three characters, Soi, I know that one like the back of my hand. That's easy for me at this point. It's a very common word and it's simple, very few strokes. First character, Yao. I don't know that nearly as well. I sort of know it, but not as well as Soi. But I know that Yao Soi is swim. So because it's next to Soi, I had a pretty good idea to confirm with myself that it's Yao Soi. And then I know this one, Fu, the least, not nearly as well as the other two. I think Fu by itself is like clothes or pants. Let's look that up quick. But together, Yao Soi Fu is like swim trunks. So there again, because I saw it in context, I knew pretty much right away what it meant, even if I wasn't as familiar with one of the characters. So trousers or pants is Fu. Together, Yao Soi Fu is swim trunks. Yao Soi Fu.
游水褲
Okay. We'll do 2 or 3 more, and then we'll finish the stream. We're about an hour 15 in right now. Which, based on what we just learned today, you can say, well, not an hour and 15, but if you wanted to say like 1:15, the time 1:15, you could say yatim something fun 1:15, or you could say yatim samgotzi 1 and then 3, pointing 3 numbers past the hour, samgotzi. Or apparently you can also use yatim sam, so you don't have to use anything fancy. There's a couple other versions too, but we won't get into that today.
屋企人
Okay, Yan's family. Oh, it's glitched out. Okay, Yan, family. To accompany, to assist. So assist. Well, to accompany is pui, ngõ pui lei. To assist, it could be bong, like ngõ bong lei. Could also be bong ban. I'm going to say this is pui. Yeah.
陪
Okay, last one.
手工藝
手工藝. Okay, good, perfect. So we just learned that. 手工藝 was one of the hobbies. This is like handicraft. 手工藝.
手工藝
Perfect. Okay, so let's close Anki. Let it sync so it's safe progress. Oh, one thing I can demo. I don't think I showed this last time, but in future, I can actually show my phone. So there might be cases where we want to look at a mobile app or something. So let me pull that up. Here we go. So this is pretty cool because I got my phone here. It's plugged in via USB, and I'm using a program on Windows 10 where it basically will mirror the screen. So if I flip it up, flip it down, it mirrors the screen. So this might be useful in future for different things. So what I wanted to say was I'm syncing Anki on the desktop so that when I'm studying later on here, it's the same thing. I can get the latest updates from what we just did together, and then I can continue to study here. So you see I've still got quite a few, 42, 8, and 80. So I'll finish doing studying after the stream's over. You know, and then you can use things like Pleco. This is the dictionary I use when I'm traveling on the phone. So you can type different stuff. So anyway, not much for today on that topic, but something interesting for future we might use a little bit more of. It's kind of a cool technology. So with that, thanks again for coming and listening to Cantonese Studying. This is Cantonese Studying number 2, and we're going to keep doing this once a week. First couple streams have been pretty chaotic, as you might expect in terms of the setup. I haven't been consistent yet with getting down the time, but the goal is to start doing this every Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Time, so Chicago time. And I'll put the details up for that on the YouTube channel, on in the About section, and start getting a little bit more precise with the start and end times for these so that they're more consistent for everyone. So hope that this is going to be useful. If you discover this at some point in the future on YouTube, I'm going to keep doing it, and if you ever have any suggestions, feel free to shoot me a message on YouTube or comment on the videos, and I'll be making sure to respond. So thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you this time next week. Bye.